In my hand is probably the worst iPhone Apple has ever released. And that's coming from somebody that loves Apple, like so much that my account is called the Apple Bias. Why do I think that? There's multiple reasons. So let's get into it. This is the iPhone 16e. And you'll notice this thing isn't even set up. I almost didn't even unbox it. I didn't make an unboxing video or anything like that. I almost just returned it because I'm like, I don't even know if I want to do a video on this device because of just how weird and how much I really just do not like this device. This device starts at $600, $599 for Apple's new budget iPhone. That's what this is. So this replaced the iPhone SE2. So now you do get a few things from what the SE had. So you do get this full screen display. There's no more home button. Apple just doesn't need to deal with that anymore. Anyway, makes more sense to have that full glass display. It does have the Face ID. You don't have Touch ID anymore, obviously, because there's no touch, and they didn't add the Touch ID to the buttons like they did on the iPads. There is no camera control button, but we do have an action button, which is nice. The camera control, let's be honest, it kind of sucks anyway, so I'm not worried about that being gone. If you ask me, that's kind of a plus on this phone, which this phone really doesn't have many pluses going for it. Why do I hate this phone so much? Main reason is that they got rid of MagSafe. Like, this device does not have MagSafe, which makes no sense at all. Apple came out with MagSafe with the iPhone 12s, and it's been on all the new phones since then. Like, it doesn't make sense. Even the mini size phones had MagSafe built into it. Why in the world would they remove it from a newer phone? Why would they not put it on there? So it will still charge wirelessly. I have the puck charger right here, and it even does kind of connect, you know, because that coil is metal, so the MagSafe will connect to it. It will start charging. You can see the little animation right here as it's charging, but you're not going to like let go of this device at all like you would. Here's my iPhone 16 Pro. I pop that on there, you know, I can just, you know, I'm not going to shake it too hard, but it's going to hold on. Like, it's not going to go anywhere. Whereas with this 16E, it will kind of guide it just enough. It's not like, you know, it moves freely, but it's not going to hold the phone at all. There's no MagSafe. So if you want MagSafe on this device, you have to rely on like a third-party case that has those magnets built into it. So that's like, it just feels kind of wrong not to have MagSafe on any iPhone at this point in the stage. Like, this looks even like the iPhone 12 lineup. We have the notch. We have just one camera in the back. This is a really nice camera. It's the 48 megapixel fusion camera. It's a really high quality camera for the budget phone. It also has the A18 chip, the same chip that's in this regular normal 16 lineup, which is really nice to see. But Apple's basically betting on their Apple Intelligence, which, let's be honest, is horrible. Like, it doesn't work all that well. ChatGPT, in my opinion, is the best thing it has going for it. And you can do that with an app on any other device that you want. So, I mean, the latest that I've heard, which just came out the other day, is that the new Siri that we're finally supposed to be getting, that's finally way better than every Siri beforehand, is having massive issues. And Apple may have to like take it back and not release it this year. It may not come out till next year because it's not working right. And it's like, you're betting on Apple Intelligence with this device because somebody has to spend $600 for the base model of this device, which I believe is 128 gigs of memory, which is nice. You know, that's more than what the SE2 obviously had, but that one's like, what, 2-3 years old at this point, maybe even older. But it just doesn't make sense. This device is just like this hodgepodge of features, and it comes in white and black. You get two options if you want it. Like, I feel like I should tell you that. but there's no always on display, which, okay, I guess that makes sense. It doesn't really need that. Now, as far as the size goes, it does have nearly the same size. I think it's 6.1 inch screen. You can see right here, if we look at it with the iPhone 16 Pro, it's a little shorter. So it has that same kind of size as probably like the 13 and 12 lineup, and the same screen. You can see it's got a much larger border around it than what the 16 Pro model has. I don't know who the market is for this, because usually the SE model is for kids and like new to the iPhone. It's that draw to get somebody to actually buy an iPhone. And I wouldn't want this to be somebody's first experience with the iPhone for anybody. Like, not my kid, not anybody, because it just doesn't work like an iPhone should. And like I said, they're betting on that Apple AI and they're failing horribly with it compared to what others in the market are doing. So I just don't know what to expect from Apple in the future with this new E lineup instead of the SE. I'm not sure why they got rid of that. Things that I think they could have done to really improve this phone, like honestly, there are 3 things they probably could have done to this, and I would have wanted to buy it and keep it and use it as my main device. 1, make it the size of the iPhone mini. Like, they got rid of the smallest iPhone they had, and that device was amazing. I knew multiple people that loved it, and it made more sense for that to be like the SE lineup or now the E lineup than what like a flagship phone was. Add a second camera, because, you know, we need more than just one camera on a phone. I know that's ridiculous, but having that like either ultra wide or zoom lens would have been nice for this kind of phone. And then adding MagSafe. You give me those 3 things, I'm fine with the notch, that's fine. I'm fine with the always on display not being there. But MagSafe, a smaller phone, you know, that could have been a nice cost saving thing, not as big of a display, and having more than one camera. Charging that $600 for that, I would have bought it in a heartbeat. I would have sold my iPhone Pro for that device, because I really do miss the mini size. But if you're in the market for a new phone, the one thing that I can say is do not buy this one. Do not let this be your iPhone experience. Wait, save up, buy an iPhone 15, 15 Pro, heck, even the 14s before I'd buy this, because the only thing this has going better for it is that chip to have that AI stuff, which just bites. So you don't need it, honestly. I don't use it. I use ChatGPT for everything because it works so much better. This is by far the worst iPhone Apple has ever released. You know, yeah, sorry, that was my rant. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up. I'll see you in the next one. Hope you have a great one. God bless.